What's up, guys? We're back in NBA 2K17's Blacktop mode to do another video. This is kind of a follow-up on my last video, which was more or less a preview of kind of what I was going to do here. I was going to just show all the picks and then see how long it took me to get a good card, but the 2K gods decided they wanted to give me the best card on the board in the first video. So, I was really tempted to just not do this at all, but I decided, for the sake of details and percentages, to put it out anyway. So, I'll break it into three parts. I'll put timestamps in the description. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to go, first I'm going to just give you an introduction, then I'm going to give you the numbers, and then I'm going to give you percentages, and then just my final outlook. So, what I did, starting after that first pick, I played a total of 82 games on level 9 of Blacktop to get to level 10. And of those 82 games, I won 65 and lost 17 and amassed a total of 215 picks. I can imagine that people are more likely going to do worse than better than me. I don't claim to be a good player whatsoever, but I managed to have a decent record. So, with all those picks, what exactly did I pull? Was it even good? Was it worth it? Well, the breakdown is as follows. Coins cards, we pulled 48 of those. Points cards, we got 36. Technical fouls, we got 29. Injury cards, 23. Shoes, 20. Contracts, 19. Ad card, 14. Jerseys, 11. Resets, 10. And player cards, we pulled a total of 5 out of 215 picks. So I'm going to tell you, just by listening to those statistics, your odds don't sound very good, do they? Well, let's find out what the percentages are, shall we? Coins cards, of the 215 picks that I pulled, you have a 22.3% chance to pull a coins card. You have a 16.7% chance to pull a points card. You have a 13.5% chance to pull a technical foul. Although, honestly, I was going board by board just when I was recording my picks, and I look like I was getting a technical foul every other board, so I'm not sure how that number was accurate. But that's what the number said. Injury cards, we got 10.7% chance. Shoe cards, 9.3% chance. Contract cards, 8.9% chance. Ad cards, 6.5% chance. Jersey card, 5.1% chance. Reset card, 4.7% chance. And something happened with that, and I'll tell you about that later. And player cards, 2.3% chance. Now, listening to those statistics, let me tell you something. You have a 2.3% chance to get a player card. You have a 14%, I got 14 ad cards, which is 6.5%. So 2.3 and 6.5, that's some quick math, that's 8.8. So you have an 8.8% chance to either put another card on the board to have greater odds to pull a player, or just to pull a player. And you have a 13.5% chance to get a technical foul. So your odds of resetting the board before you even touch a player are astronomically high. So I'm honestly not sure how anyone manages to pull anything good in this mode. But I assume if you play long enough, like most people do, I mean, heck, I don't know how many games I played in this video. I know at the time of recording this, I played over 600 games of Blacktop. Your odds just, people say it's RNG, but I just don't feel like it's very highly useful, you know? It's like really what it comes down to is if you play a lot, eventually you're just going to pull the good stuff because you're going to run out of bad stuff. So, should I further break down the percentages? I think I should. Let's start with the coins cards. So, there's 4 coins cards. You can get 175, you can get 200, you can get 500, or you can get 1,000. I pulled 175 24 times, which is 50% of the time. I pulled 200 13 times, which is 27% of the time. I pulled 500 7 times, which is 14.6% of the time. And I pulled 1,000 4 times, which is 8.4% of the time. So, all that within the 22% chance you have to pull a coin card. That's what the breakdown is. So, points cards, this is honestly the most one-sided one because I pulled 36 points cards, right? 32 of those were 1-point cards. Take that in for a second. They really don't want you to finish this board very fast, do they? You could look at this one of two ways. You could look at it as, this is a good thing because then there's more of a chance that the card that I want gets on the board and I pull it. Or you could look at it as, I'm never going to reset the board and the card I want is already gone. So it could be a good or bad thing. What do we got next? We got injury cards. Bronze, we got 3 for 13%. Silver, we got 11 for 48%. And gold, we got 9 for 39% of our total. After injuries, we got shoes. We pulled 20 of those, remember? We got 10 bronze ones for 50% of the pull. We got 5 silver and 5 gold, 25% each. Moving on down the line, we got contracts. We got 1 bronze contract, 5.3% chance to get that. We got 8 silvers for a 42.1% chance and 10 golds for a 52.6% chance. That's really good to me, honestly, because I need contracts. I play a lot of games, man. Next up, we have jersey cards, I believe. So we pulled 11 of those. 9 of them were bronze for 82%, and then 1 and 1 for silver gold for 9% each. And then the last statistic here, I told you we pulled 5 player cards. Well, you want to know what those were? We got 1 bronze player, 1 silver player, 1 gold player, those are all 20% each, and 2 emeralds for 40%. Now, let me just say my team is already way above emerald, so basically it's like pulling something useless. And honestly, if I'm gonna pull a player, just let it be a bronze one, because sometimes those things have more value on the auction house, you know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta buy some players to make up for all the ones I'm not getting on this board. And I don't know if I already said it, but it's just, I think that's crazy, man. Like five player cards out of 215 picks, like the amount of times, like I almost got 30 technical fouls, so that's almost resetting the board 15 times. So 15 of those player cards that were on the board, they just got wiped out. Like, if you're someone who either doesn't play a lot or doesn't win a lot, and you finally get that good card on the board, and then you just reset it with technical fouls, and it's just like, oh man, it's gone. Then it seems like a disappointment, you know? Like, this game mode, that's all it is if you play a lot, eventually you might get what you want, but just playing a little bit, like, you might have trouble seeing the rewards. So I hope this video helped you guys out.